Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Boy, you're making me sorry that I'm leaving here after the night. I gotta go home. I'm going back to New York, thinking yeah, I love New York City. You know what I love about, I'll tell you what I love about New York City. The New Yorkers, they're weird, man. I mean, nothing bothers them. I never saw people who could adjust to any problem. They don't care what's happening in the city, they can handle it. You ever see real New Yorkers? What's the matter now? They won't collect the garbage? We'll eat it. And we have a garbage strike every year. I hope it doesn't come at Christmas like it did 2 years ago. You see that? You saw it on the news. Christmas time, they'll collect the garbage for like 6 weeks. It's piled 20 feet high in the streets, garbage. New Yorkers are wrapping lights around it. A friend of mine was ingenious how he got rid of his garbage. What he did, he saved his garbage like, 3 weeks, whatever it was, and he couldn't take it anymore, right? So he got an old suit and an old shirt of his, and he sewed the sleeves and the pants legs closed. And he stuffed it with garbage. And then he got in a cab. He said, I'm going to 85th and 2nd, take him to 91st and 3rd. Garbage man. Yeah. They are blasé. I think New Yorkers are probably the most blasé Americans. I think so. I mean, you can walk down the street in Manhattan. I've actually seen this happen to show you how blasé they are. And you could see manhole covers explode right out of the street. Boom! And a typical New Yorker will go, heads. You know what New York is? I'll give you a description of New York. New York is a beautiful woman standing on a street corner, holding a little baby in her arms, and a man standing next to her going, goo, 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 goo. And then the woman walks away, and the man's still there. Goo, 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 goo. Well, they're strange everywhere. They're strange out here. But out here, I'll tell you, in Los Angeles, they work at being different. They do. New Yorkers are just different. They're born different, they stay different. Out here, they have to work at it. Like, like Western bars are probably one of the most popular things in America now. And they're a lot of fun. And every town in America has a good Western bar. There are cowboys all over New England. There are, Where you from? Stanford. Stanford? So wouldn't it be weird if the next trend is New York City bars? Can you see them all over the country? Like in Texas, they walk in with T-shirts. Hey, you rodeo this. Over here, here's your rodeo over here. I got your rodeo. Hey, here's your cow. All right. So Western bars, and there are a lot of fun Western bars. Well, Los Angeles, I don't know if you know about it or you've been to the place. Los Angeles, just to be different, they open up a gay Western bar. With mechanical sheep and all that. You know what it is about? I'll tell you what it is about L.A. that bothers me. The one thing that bothers me, it's a little too slow for me. It's a nice, hey, if you're a laid-back person, this is laid-back. We would call it laid out in New York, but it's, everyone moves so slowly, and they talk so slow. You want to go to Disneyland? Oh. I'm too hyper. You know how I get ready for L.A. when I have to come out here to do TV? For 1 week, I swim in Jell-O. I need speed. Everything has to be fast for me. I've been that way since I'm a kid. Everything fast. I like speed. Bap, bap, bap. Like that train. How about that train that France invented? Why didn't we invent it so I could ride on it? 236 miles an hour. Did you see that train in France? 236 an hour. Whoa! You know how you can tell the hobos in France? They're the guys without arms. Missed it again, Francois. Missed it. Yeah, I like to ride that train. I like France. I'm not crazy about the French food. I don't know, it just doesn't agree with it. Italian food's my favorite. I love Italian food. Italian? Wow. Yeah, do you know something interesting? Do you know that a lot of Italian food is made, they make it by using parts of their body to make it? I'm serious. All right, what about wine? How do they make wine? Big vat with grapes, and what do they do? Come on, Italians. Right, they jump in it. That's right, you're drinking toes. Well, how about pizza? Did you ever see pizza made? Come on, they take the dough, throw it in the air, and then what? Right, catch it on their fist. They whip it around. They're using the knuckles, Italian people use different parts of their body to make a lot of their food. That's why I've never had an Italian donut. You know, I grew up, by the way, in a very Italian neighborhood. I grew up in South Philadelphia, which is right next door to the LaMorgia brothers. Toughest family in South Philly, the LaMorgia. I was afraid of their porch. There were 9 brothers. You'd be afraid, too. There were 9 brothers. That was like living next door to 9 brothers. They were 3 months apart. And they had to... mean and ugly. Each kid got uglier than the last brother. 9 uglies, man. Really, like at Halloween, the mother just put a rubber band from one ear to the other. Well, and there was also a girl, let's not forget Teresa LaMorgia. Please, Teresa LaMorgia. Every day, Teresa LaMorgia had to brush her hair 100 times. Every day, 100 times. Then she'd do the other leg. I'd never mess around with Teresa. Well, I didn't know how to mess around when I was a kid anyway. I mean, we didn't have any, like today, they have sex education and books. They can pick up books and read them. What did we have? National Geographic, that was it. That's true, that was the only dirty book we get our hands on when I was a kid. You'd run down the alley with a National Geographic, right? All the friends hanging over your shoulder, woo, woo, woo. It's true, I was like 14 years old before I found out when a woman gets naked, she's not holding a spear. Thank you.